Hello mindful music muffins, and welcome to my video of depression tips. Hopefully these will help you. So yeah, let's get straight in. Tip number 1, focus on the small victories and reward yourself for them. I think it's important to do that. It can be a really good motivator. So if you want to, I don't know, even if it's just something like getting out of bed or something, you could like treat yourself by watching an episode of a series or something, I don't know, but basically reward yourself even for the small things, because then you'll be more likely to do them again. And of course those small things can still be hard for you, even if they're not for somebody else. So I think it's important to recognize your accomplishments based on where you're at, and I think you should reward yourself for those things, and hopefully that will make it easier to do those things again, and then you'll be able to do slightly bigger things and then bigger things, and then hopefully you will be awesome. What am I talking about? You're awesome already. Yes you are, don't. Tip number 2, as hard as it is to do, exercise is really good for you and gives you more energy. So even though I know it's hard to get out because like you're tired and stuff, I had this exact problem yesterday because I normally run on a Tuesday and I was like, I'm so tired, I don't want to go. And I didn't go as far as I maybe normally would, but I got out and I did it and I felt so good about myself afterwards. And then today I've had all the energy to record all these videos. Like, this is not the first one I've recorded today. And yeah, I think sometimes you do have to just push yourself. You start small. Like before, like ages ago, I probably couldn't have even run, I don't know, even a fraction of what I do now. And like most people, I think it's like something like 90%, 80% of the population or something can't even run a mile. So even if you only started by getting to that point, that would be something. And I think it helps to keep fit as well, because your mind and body are very much connected, more than we realise sometimes. And I think that, you know, exercise helps your body be better, so it then makes you feel better mentally. I know it's not an overnight cure like some people say it is, like, oh, just get out and exercise, you'll be cured. No, I know it doesn't work like that, but it does help. So find a sport that you enjoy. It's taken me ages because I never really liked much, but then I found running and I love it. And I recently got an exercise bike as well because I love using that. So if I don't want to go outside, I can still exercise. So that's another way around it as well, if you can afford to buy one. I mean, the one I got wasn't that expensive anyway, because I also have like no money now. I think it was worth it. Tip number 3 is to give yourself things to look forward to help motivate you to do things. It's kind of similar to the first thing I said, but like when I find it hard to get up in the morning, it's a bit easier now because I have this like cereal that I really like. I bought it once when I was at university and it was so good, and now I use it as like not a treat for getting up, but I guess it is kind of a treat for getting up. And I'll be lying there like, oh, I don't want to get up, and then it's like, oh, but I can have my cereal and then I can get up. I mean, it's not as easy as that sometimes, but like particularly the first time I had it, it was a treat because I was excited to try it, and now it's always like, oh yeah, I get to have my cereal. So even just something little like that can help motivate you. So give yourself things to look forward to, and maybe it'll make things slightly easier. I mean, even if it's just a little bit easier, then surely it's worth doing. At least that's how I see it anyway. Tip number 4, I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, but write down the good things that happen each day. And I know that sometimes you might feel like nothing good happens, but actually if you sit and think about it and write them down, you can come up with more than you realise. And I've been doing this for ages, and it's really helped me with focusing on positives and just like my mood generally, because it just makes you realise that life isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. And yeah, that's always good. And related to that, tip number 6 is to put some alternative spins on the negative things that happen during the day. So it might be you made a mistake in something, a way you can see it is not as a mistake but as an experience that you can learn from, that sort of thing. Just that's what I do. I write down the good things that happen, and then I try and put a spin on bad things. Obviously there's some bad things you can't do that with, but I feel like it has to be quite extreme for that to happen. It can help you to focus on the positive things and not make the bad things bigger than they really are, and it just puts things into perspective. And it's so easy to focus on the bad things and think, oh, everything is so terrible, but sometimes if you look at it in a different way, it's actually not as bad as you think. Tip number 7 is to write down some things that you're grateful for every day, and it will help you to realise like what you have rather than what you don't have and wish you had, and it makes you just see that you actually have a lot and that your life is better than you think it is sometimes. I'm grateful for you guys and being able to make these videos, and that I have musical instruments and I have a roof over my head and food and stuff. Yeah, I've got my priorities totally sorted. Like, obviously that was not in any kind of order. Just write down the things that you're grateful for, and it can just help you to put perspective on things, I guess. I don't know, but I heard it in a video once and I've sort of thought about it myself, and it really does help sometimes, so try it out. I don't know why I'm singing. I always just burst into a song like this. I really should stop. Okay. Tip number 8, I think we're on, is to get some mental health apps. I made a video all about the mental health apps that I use, so I'll put it in the description of this video, and hopefully they'll be useful to you. Just try out some different things, see which ones will work, see which ones don't, and you never know, the ones that I use might help you, and you might be able to find other ones related to those, so maybe those will help you. And if you do find some helpful mental health apps that I haven't talked about, let me know so I can try them out and we can all help each other like a muffin family, and it will be wonderful, and hopefully we can all get better and be happier, and yeah, awesome. Tip number 9, I know a lot of people go on about mindfulness and meditation and stuff, and people just think, oh, it's like, I don't know, people think it doesn't work, and it's not a cure. I'm not saying that it is, and like sometimes it helps to have that with other things, like just doing that won't necessarily do it, but it does help you, and listening to meditations can be helpful, particularly if you don't really know what you're doing. There's like loads of guided ones. I did one actually. I'll put in the description the guided meditation I did, and also the ambient music like soundscapes that I did, because I think they might be quite useful for that sort of thing, and maybe they can help you to relax and just clear your mind. There's a lot of science that like supports mindfulness and stuff, and says that it's really helpful for anxiety, depression, and that sort of thing. So I think it's something you should try. Like, don't knock it before you've tried it. And I know there's a lot of like people going around saying, oh, people go on about this mindfulness thing and it's not a cure, and it's like, I know it's not. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people that just says, oh, just do yoga and exercise more and get some sun and you'll be cured, because no, that's not how it works. But I definitely think that those things in conjunction with medication and that sort of thing can be really helpful. So please try it, guys, because I do it and it is helpful. I'm still not brilliant at it, but I'm sticking with it anyway because I trust science. I know people personally that use it and they've said how much it's helped them. Try it. And I've said that like a billion times, so I should probably just move on. And last of all, don't be afraid of taking medication despite what the stigma says. If you feel like it might be worth trying, go to the doctors, talk to them and get it if you can. I've got medication right there actually. I'm not ashamed to say that because it helps me and it could help you too. And I think if there's something out there that would help you, then it's worth doing it. It doesn't matter what other people say. You're not weak for taking it or anything like that. I mean, people don't say that about physical illnesses, or if you have a headache and you take painkillers for it, people don't say, they go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're taking medication. So just ignore that shit, just take it anyway. Like, that's what I do. I know there's stigma out there, but I take it anyway. I mean, it was hard to like go and ask for it and stuff, but I've got it now and it has helped me so much. I mean, I couldn't get up early in the morning, like, ever. But then I was on my medication for a while, and now I'm getting up like 9:30 every morning. And like for me, that's a massive improvement, because before some days I would be in bed at like 2-3 in the afternoon. I know, so bad, but I couldn't help it. Now it's just like a complete transformation. It's just so weird. I mean, it's great, and I think that maybe that will encourage you to do it. I don't know. it's just one story, I guess, but there's probably loads of people with similar stories, and I think that stigma's just bullshit anyway, so you don't have to listen to the stigma, just fuck the stigma, get out there, do whatever you think will help you. If you want medication, go get medication. If you want therapy, go get therapy. Don't be afraid of these things. You've been told. I'm kidding. So those are my depression tips. I hope that those will be helpful to you. I hope that I wasn't too rambly, because I felt like at some points I was kind of struggling to get across what I wanted to say, but hopefully it was clear and not too annoying. And yeah, I'm doing it again. I'm like, brain, help me, words please, and my brain's just like, la 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 la, I'm not giving you anything. It's so annoying. This happens to me sometimes. I can record one video and be completely fine, and then record something else and my brain just goes blah, 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 and it's like, why? But anyway, thank you for watching Mindful Music Muffins. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give those like button some love, and if you want to see more videos, then you know what you need to do. Obey the cushion, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. Let me know in the comments if that stuff was actually helpful. I really hope it is, because I love you guys. Okay. Bye.